please rise? Okay, the clerk will call the roll.
Mayor Elliott,
Here.
Ms. Ketchum,
Here.
Mr. Palmer,
Here.
Mr. Seidler, Mr. Sklavonakis,
Here.
Mr. Thalman,
Here.
and Mr. Thorngate.
Here.
Quorum is present.
All righty, thank you. This time I'll ask for a motion to accept the minutes as received.
Make the motion.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Brings us to the mayor's report. I will be really quick tonight, just 2 appointments to make. The first is Ronan Bursch, is my proposed nominee for the Hall of Fame board. Ms. Bursch is here. If you just want to take the podium, please. And just really introduce yourself. And if anyone from council has any questions, then we'll vote on your nomination. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Roanne Bursch. I am a native, or not a native. Lived in Wheeling for the last 35 years. I am a mother, a wife, a retiree from West Banco. I currently serve on the Wheeling Symphony Board and an immediate past president. I also do volunteer work at the YWCA and a local food bank, as well as the Women's Giving Circle. Been involved in other organizations, and I am honored to be asked to be on this committee, and I look forward to serving. So thank you.
Thank you much. Any questions for Ms. Bursch? All right, is there a motion to approve her nomination to the Hall of Fame board?
I'll make that motion.
Second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Thank you very much. And just to stick around, we'll get a photo here in just 1 second. And my second nominee is Ms. Unique Murphy to the Human Rights Commission. Ms. Murphy, you take the podium. I just want to say on a personal level, I didn't really know Unique until I saw her speak at the Juneteenth ceremony we had down on Market Plaza. Very lovely remarks, and it was just so happened we had a vacancy coming available that time, and I didn't really even give it much thought after hearing you speak. So anyway, the floor is yours.
Thank you. My name is Unique Murphy. I am a new mom. I'm also a wife. I am the licensed social worker for the state of West Virginia, as well as the communities and schools social worker for Ohio County Schools. I'm specifically at Wheeling Park High School. I kind of speak a lot in a lot of places, and I share my opinion a lot. And so apparently that works well for me. So I'm really excited. I'm really excited to have been asked to stand on the Human Rights Committee. So that's pretty much it. But if you have any questions, I would love to answer them.
Yeah, thank you much. Any questions? Okay. Is there a motion to approve her nomination?
I'll make that motion.
Second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Thank you very much. All right, that concludes my mayor's report and brings us to the clerk's report.
There is a notice of application to operate a private club at 1029 Mount Deshano Road, with DHA Seafoods Inc., Zocalo Mexican Restaurant. And that concludes clerk's report.
That brings us to number 2, unfinished business.
An ordinance authorizing the city manager to expend funds in the amount of $149,451.48 with USI Insurance Services, LLC of Virginia Beach, Virginia, for excess liability workers' compensation policy to be charged to Workers' Compensation Fund.
Move for adoption of the ordinance.
Second.
Any discussion? Please record your votes. Motion approved.
An ordinance authorizing the city manager to expend funds in the amount of $820,806 to the James Waite Construction Company of Weirton, West Virginia for Bank Street water main improvements to be charged to 2021 A bonds.
I'd move to adopt the ordinance.
I'll second.
Any discussion? Please record your votes.
You are ready for that one.
Motion approved.
An ordinance authorizing the city manager to expend funds in the amount of $88,676.35 with Bearcom of Dallas, Texas for equipment to outfit police vehicles to be charged to general fund.
Move to approve the ordinance.
Second.
Any discussion? All right, please record your votes. Motion approved.
An ordinance authorizing the city manager to enter into a memorandum of understanding and any and all associated documents with Regional Economic Development Partnership of Wheeling, West Virginia for costs associated with construction, remodel, relocation of the commercial kitchen, and additional construction of a loge suite project to enhance the West Banco Arena facility.
Move for adoption of the ordinance.
I'll second.
Is there any discussion?
Yes. I just wanted to point out that last meeting, the citizen came forward and said we were putting a burden on the taxpayers by doing these improvements. That is untrue to the fact that this money comes from the Restricted Capital Improvement Fund that is created through the Greater Wheeling Sports and Entertainment Authority that oversees West Banco and the Capitol Theater. So there is no additional fees to the taxpayers, nor are there any additional fees put on the people attending shows at either venue. I just wanted to point that out.
Thank you. Any further discussion? Let me just say that, I know a lot of thoughts gone into these from working with Kelly Tucker on the plans for what these improvements are going to represent for the arena. It's just going to expand the capabilities that we have there on the kitchen side of things, expand the capabilities for sales, ticket sales with the load suite, with the load suite, and really just continue making investments in that arena, which we've seen past investments already pay some dividends. So I think this is going to make the arena all the more competitive going forward and encourage everyone to vote for it. Any other discussion? Please record your votes. Motion approved.
That concludes unfinished business.
Thank you. Brings us to items held over. We have the Wheeling Municipal Building Commission minutes from July 5th of 2023. Is there a motion to accept those as received?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Brings us to Marks Members of Council. Mr. Palmer.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Don't be shy, Jared.
Wasn't this Saturday, but the Saturday before, there was all kinds of stuff going on in the city of Wheeling. The, the antique car down at the Heritage Port was great, but I got to tell you, the Wheeling Arts Commission's, what is that? Arts and Crafts Festival?
The Arts Festival, yes.
Whatever it was out at Wheeling Park, and I was there, and it was a tremendous, I think, it was a tremendous event, and it was wonderful to see the community. And for whatever it's worth, I think that should be the permanent location of that event. I mean, Wheeling Park provided an excellent backdrop for the event. There was more than enough room for vendors, and there was overflow parking. I mean, they took over the first green. There were so many people there. So it was a wonderful event, and I want to congratulate you, Rosemary, and the rest of your committee. I thought you did a great job, and that venue is something I think you should seriously consider moving forward.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I just want to echo the sentiments of the councilman. The Arts Fest had not been hosted in the city of Wheeling since pre-COVID. I think it was 2019 or 2018 was the last Arts Festival. So there was a lot of anticipation, and people came out and exceeded our expectations. And I agree the location is perfect. And I want to thank Logan Schmidt and Betsy Sweeney, John Banco and Bethany Decker and the whole team for putting that together. It was a lot of work, but it really paid off, and hopeful that members of council, as we propose other Arts Commission projects and murals, will be in support of those because they make a great difference. I only have a couple things. Speaking of art, the Ohio County Public Library is revealing a mural that was completed by Vondell Bell on Tuesday, August 22nd. There'll be a time-lapse video. I believe this is at noon. All of council is invited, and I think this is a great opportunity to see a local artist display their work inside of a building like the Ohio County Public Library. I go to the library all the time to print things off because I don't have a printer myself, and they're so friendly and so great, and I think it's one of our most underutilized resources here in the city of Wheeling. We also have a South Wheeling United Preservation or a South Wheeling Crime Watch meeting through the Preservation Alliance on the 22nd as well at 6:30 p.m. at the Trinity Lutheran Church. And the last thing I want to say is that I believe last week Waterfront Hall opened up on Water Street in Heritageport. And this, again, was a highly anticipated business here in the city of Wheeling. And I hope will prove to be a catalyst for Water Street. As members of council, prior to my time on council, I know that Mayor Elliott and the team have been working on getting something happening on Water Street. And I've been living in Wheeling since 2010 and walking Water Street all the time and visiting Heritageport and feeling kind of bittersweet about the space down there. And I had a moment after a couple drinks, I'll be honest, sitting outside of the Waterfront Hall going, this is what Wheeling should look like. This is the kind of energy that we should have. And I'm thankful for Dan Millison and his team, including Laura Graves, who runs Avenue Eats, for taking a chance on Water Street. And I'm hopeful that will not be the last time somebody takes a chance on Water Street. Thanks.
Thank you, Councilor. That brings us to report of committees. I see there are none. That brings us to the report of City Manager, Mr. Herron.
Thank you, Mayor. Council will recall that through the CDBG program, $860,000 was budgeted for the purchase of a new fire truck pumper. We did receive pricing on those trucks, comparable pricings yesterday. Unfortunately, we were not able to get that on the agenda today, but it will be on the September 5th City Council agenda, and I would at that time respectfully request 2 readings, but I did want to give council a heads up. This is an $860,000 purchase, and that there is a price scheduled for increase on September 15th. So that will be on the next City Council agenda. Also, I wanted to mention that you'll see construction on the OVMC property. WU Health Systems has begun underground tank removal on the property. There were 3 large tanks. They have finished that work up, or will be finishing that work up if they didn't today in the next day or so. So that that work was needed to be done as part of the remediation and is almost completed. Also, council recall that several weeks ago, council approved a way sign at Heritageport. Construction on that sign has begun. The foundations are being dug and hopefully will be poured yet this week. The steel has been ordered and is on its way. So hopefully within the next 4 weeks, that sign will be completed and up at Heritageport. Also, speaking of West Banco Arena, the arena through RED was successful in obtaining a $650,000 congressionally directed spending allocation. Earlier this week, that allocation was released, and it will be used for security improvements to the arena, which will include cameras, magometers, a key fob system, and an alarm system for the arena. So it'll bring some of the improvements that are necessary from a safety perspective up to today's standards. And if anybody who went to the TBT, they did require metal detectors for that event. So now you'll be able to go through magometers that are already in place at the arena for all events. And then I'm not speaking specifically for the West Virginia Department of Highways, but I did receive a general update on the Market Street Bridge project. You recall that it was burnt or damaged in a fire The deck on that bridge needs to be entirely replaced. I will say that the engineering drawings are completed on that project. It is currently being reviewed in Charleston, and hopefully, once that review is completed in the next couple of weeks, it will then be put out for a bid later this summer and early fall. I would anticipate construction, if all goes as planned, beginning sometime in October or November, with a completion of sometime in early spring. And again, that's a general overview. This is a Department of Highways administered project, so it's subject to their scheduling and change, but that's the latest information on that. Also, the suspension bridge was slated to be completed in July. That project has also been delayed, mainly because they found a couple of things that needed to be addressed once they were digging and going through the project. And there has been some supply chain delays as a result of those additional changes. So I would anticipate that project probably going into the fall before it is completed. But it is nearing its end from a construction perspective. But they do have some steel and wood issues that they've got to address, and they've got some supply chain issues associated with that. That's my report.
Thank you. Any questions for the city manager?
Do we know if the suspension bridge will be open to vehicles?
Not at this point. No, that decision has not been made, or it's my understanding that decision has not been made, and if it has been made, it has not been relayed to the community.
Just two quick questions. I believe we hit a milestone on the fire headquarters recently. Can you give an update on that project?
Sorry. Yes, that project is going very well. The structural steel portion of the erection of the building was completed. We did have a ceremony yesterday, a tree topping ceremony, which signifies the fact that all the structural components of the building are completed. The roof over the apparatus room, or apparatus bay room, is the next step, major step in the project, and then the interior will begin construction and completion and putting up the walls and getting that finished out. I do anticipate, as of today, that project is still on schedule for the end of December.
Just an update on the parking garage on 10th Street.
Yeah, the parking garage is about 65% complete. You'll see a little bit of acceleration in construction of the garage because the first two levels were higher, and when you get a chance to look at the building, you'll see that the commercial space has, I think, 20-foot ceilings. So therefore, the first floor is 20 foot. And I think the second floor is 16 feet. So larger vehicles would be able to get into the structure. Now it's getting down to more of a manageable or more of a normal parking structure height, whatever that is. I don't know what it is off the top of my head. So now the way the forms are set up to hold the floors up as they pour them, those forms won't change in size. So when they pour one floor and it sets up, they'll be able to use the forms and put them on the next floor. So that'll speed things up. But long story short, the project is scheduled to be completed in mid-December. The supply chain issue with that project has been, for the past several months, the emergency generator, and it is still on schedule to be delivered sometime in mid-October.
Thank you. Any other questions? I just have two quick ones. Number one, on the suspension bridge, do you know if they're planning any sort of ceremony to reopen it in terms of just turning on the lights and all that for the first time, or you don't know at this point?
I don't know the answer to that.
Okay. And my other question was, any update on the timing of the Tunnel Green bridge painting project?
I do not. I know that the color was selected. I'll find out where that contract is and report back.
All right. Thank you. All right, that brings us to report of other officers. We have the Municipal Building Commission minutes from July 21st of 2023 and the Traffic Commission minutes from May 16th and from July 15th of 2023. Is there a motion to hold those over?
Make that motion.
Second.
Any discussion? Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. A motion passes. That brings us to number 7, petitions of redress or grievance.
There are none.
And number 8, petitions of all other kinds.
There are none.
And number 9, original propositions.
Okay. An ordinance establishing a service fee for credit card and other electronic payments of water and sewer utility bills issued by the City of Wheeling, West Virginia. An ordinance authorizing the city manager to enter into an agreement and execute any and all documents with Evolve of Pittsburgh, PA for comprehensive plan update in an amount not to exceed $100,000 to be charged to CDBG. An ordinance of the Council of the City of Wheeling to establish handicap parking at meters 61 and 63 on 12th Street. An ordinance of the Council of the City of Wheeling, West Virginia, authorizing the city manager to transfer funds in the amount of $2 million to West Virginia University Health System for economic redevelopment purposes of the former OVMC site to be charged to the project fund. And an ordinance of the Council of the City of Wheeling to establish a loading zone in front of 129 18th Street. And that concludes original propositions.
Hi, I'm Tim Borchers, and I'm proud to be the president of West Liberty University. West Liberty was established in 1837 and was the first institution of higher education in the state of West Virginia. For nearly 188 years, students have learned on the hilltop and have gone on to careers as leaders and professionals. We're located 25 minutes from Wheeling, West Virginia, and an hour from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Our location makes us the perfect choice to be close to arts and cultural activities, sporting events, and opportunities for internships or student teaching. Today, we are a student-centered community that cultivates scholarly exploration, experiential learning, and creative expression. We offer undergraduate and graduate degrees, including a new doctorate in education. Our students feel at home on our safe, small, and picturesque campus, and they enjoy the benefits of a close-knit community fostered by caring and attentive staff. Beautiful old buildings complement state-of-the-art facilities to create a unique collegiate environment. The Hilltoppers compete in 16 NCAA Division II sports. Music, theater, and fine arts programming support a comprehensive college experience. Small class sizes help students connect with faculty, and there are many opportunities to be involved in campus activities. West Liberty has a long tradition of providing transformational opportunities that include experiential learning and civic engagement that positively impact society. Our students regularly work with nonprofit organizations. They're engaged in a wide range of conservation efforts throughout the region. Additionally, our students provide essential healthcare services to the community. Research with faculty occurs throughout our academic programs. These opportunities allow students to graduate having had the real-life experience of interacting with clients while producing professional quality work that positively impacts the Ohio Valley region. Because we're a small institution, we're able to work closely with students, providing mentoring, support, and professional development throughout their academic journey. I invite you to learn more about West Liberty by visiting our beautiful campus or www.westliberty.edu.
Hi, my name is JJ Duff and I'm a math teacher here at Wheeling Park High School. I graduated West Liberty University in 2020. Let's go Toppers.
And I'm Ashley Clatterbuck. I graduated from West Liberty in 2021 and I'm also a math teacher here at Wheeling Park and I teach mainly the algebra classes.
So we met in math class at West Liberty University.
Floats class.
Mr. Floats math manipulatives class. We've been together for 4 years now.
Yeah, coming up on 4 years.
Coming up on 4 years. Just recently this year got engaged.
Yep. JJ got the job here the year that I was student teaching in the county. And then it just so happened that the other math positions opened up at the same time. So then I ended up applying since my minor's in math, and then I ended up getting the job, and then it just kind of happened that we both ended up working both here at Wheeling Park together.
West Lib had a great impact on us. I can't overemphasize how important the math department is to how successful I am every day in class and how I work with the kids. I also can't emphasize how important the education department is there. Both departments working together really helped me out, and they helped the kids out, through all of us working hard with them every day.
It did help prepare me for my job here, especially my student teaching experience and how they switched over to the whole residency program and how now we actually get like JJ's was block and all of that, but then my year was residency to where you spend your whole entire year in that classroom with your CT. So definitely like that whole year of actually being in like one place, seeing how things work in a school, definitely helped prepare me for this job.
I'm JJ Duff.
And I'm Ashley Clatterbuck, and we're proud to be Hilltoppers.
Hi, my name is Tyler Suizo. I am from Arroyo Grande, California, and I'm currently majoring in zoo science and applied conservation here at West Liberty. I've always been super passionate about working with animals back home. I'm a service dog trainer. As a student in the zoo science program here, I'm considered one of the animal caretakers, and it's really cool because there is a ton of hands-on learning opportunities. So we work with all sorts of animals here, a lot of reptiles, but we do have mammals, monitor lizards, false water cobras, Louisiana pine snakes, which are really interesting because they're on the endangered species list. We've got like 400 plus animals in our collection right now. So there's a lot of hands-on opportunities for you to learn just general care about all the different animals.
Hey, my name is PJ Mazik. I'm a second-year dental hygiene student, and today I'm going to show you what it's like to be in the program. First, we're going to head into oral pathology class.
We're going to talk about neoplasia. When you hear the word neoplasia, what comes to mind?
Coming into your first 2 years at West Liberty, you're going to take your general education courses and the required classes needed to apply for the program after your second year. During your sophomore year, if you plan on being in the program, your junior year, you have to apply by a deadline around January a year in advance. You can only be accepted for the dental hygiene program if you meet the course requirements and have at least a 3.0 cumulative GPA. It is a very competitive program to get accepted into, and once you're accepted, your hard work doesn't stop. You jump right into your first semester of dental hygiene classes, including tooth morphology, periodontology, radiography, head and neck anatomy, clinic lecture, and clinic lab. Now we're heading into clinic lectures.
If you're not flossing your patients well and not making that exaggerated C shape, you are going to have loads of plaque that is still left interproximally.
The courses contain a lot of information very fast. The courses are designed to meet state board requirements that you need to get your dental hygiene license when you graduate. At first, it will seem like you're learning a foreign language. Everything is going to be different. You're not going to be used to the terms used. You will adapt and everything will start piecing itself together. As a student, you can expect to spend a lot of time outside of class studying information for your next exam or practicing your instrumentation for your next process evaluation. Now I'm going to head into clinic lab. We actually have a full-size dental hygiene clinic here on campus for West Liberty staff and students, and it's open to the community. For a low cost, people can come during the school year and receive a comprehensive dental health care service. The clinic is a learning experience for the students, so it's going to take a little bit longer than your private practice. West Liberty Dental Hygiene Clinic offers cleanings and x-rays for adults and children. Also, we will place sealants if prescribed by a dentist. X-rays taken in the clinic can be sent to your dentist or reviewed by the dentist we have in our clinic. Now heading into wrestling practice. My years here have been nothing but the best. I chose West Liberty because it's far enough away from home but not too far, and it's affordable for a 4-year education. I wanted to wrestle in college, and West Liberty Wrestling is knocking on the doors nationwide. On the academic part of things, West Liberty Dental Hygiene Program is well respected nationally as well. Being a student athlete can put a lot of weight on your shoulders. Expectations are high from your teammates, coaches, professors, and peers. Although being able to manage your time well plays a huge part in being able to handle both well. I'm a student athlete and student goes first, and my coaches are very understanding of that. Thanks for checking out the dental hygiene program. For more information, check out our website.